The truth about intermittent fasting, benefits and pitfalls. Intermittent fasting. It's one of the most talked about health trends today. Some people swear by it, claiming it's the ultimate fat-burning, anti-aging, and disease-fighting tool. Others say it's unsustainable, unnecessary, and even dangerous. So, what's the truth? Does intermittent fasting actually work? Is it right for you? And what are the benefits and the hidden pitfalls you need to watch out for? Let's break it down. What is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting, often called IF, isn't a diet. It's an eating pattern that cycles between periods of eating and fasting. You've probably heard of the most common method, 16:8, where you fast for 16 hours and eat all your meals within an 8-hour window. Other popular methods include the 5:2 diet, eating normally for 5 days and significantly reducing calories for 2 days. The OMAD diet, 1 meal a day, where you eat just once within a 24-hour period. Alternate day fasting, where you eat normally one day and fast or severely restrict calories the next. Each method has its own benefits and drawbacks, but they all share one thing in common: periods of fasting where your body isn't taking in calories. The benefits of intermittent fasting. So, why do people do this? Let's talk about the real benefits. 1. Weight loss and fat burning. The most obvious reason people turn to intermittent fasting is for weight loss. When you fast, your body switches from burning glucose for energy to burning stored fat. This happens because fasting lowers insulin levels, which helps release fat from fat cells, so it can be used for energy. Now, let's be clear, intermittent fasting isn't magic. If you're still eating too many calories during your eating window, you won't lose weight. But for many people, fasting naturally reduces calorie intake by making it easier to eat in a controlled window. And here's a bonus. Fasting increases human growth hormone levels, which helps preserve muscle while burning fat. 2. Improved insulin sensitivity and blood sugar control. Intermittent fasting has a major impact on insulin resistance, one of the key drivers of type 2 diabetes. When you eat, your body releases insulin to help process glucose. But when you're constantly eating, especially carbs and sugars, your cells can become resistant to insulin, leading to fat storage, inflammation, and higher risk of diabetes. By fasting, insulin levels drop, and your body becomes more sensitive to insulin. This means better blood sugar control, less fat storage, and reduced risk of metabolic diseases. 3. Cellular repair and longevity, autophagy. Now, this is where things get really interesting. When you fast, your body triggers a process called autophagy. This is like your body's internal cleanup mode. It removes damaged cells, toxins, and waste while regenerating healthier ones. Some studies suggest autophagy may play a role in slowing down aging, reducing the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, lowering inflammation, and fighting cancer cells. This means intermittent fasting isn't just about weight loss. It's about long-term health and longevity. 4. Mental clarity and brain health. Ever noticed how you feel sharper when you haven't eaten in a while? Fasting increases levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that supports memory, learning, and brain function. Some research suggests intermittent fasting may reduce the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Also, without constant insulin spikes and sugar crashes, many people report more stable energy levels and fewer mood swings throughout the day. The pitfalls of intermittent fasting. Now, let's talk about the downsides, because intermittent fasting isn't for everyone. 1. Hunger, low energy, and cravings. The first problem? Hunger. When you start fasting, your body isn't used to it. You might feel irritable, low energy, crazy cravings. This is especially true if your previous diet was high in sugar or processed foods. It takes time for your body to adjust. Some people push through this phase and feel great after a few weeks. Others struggle with it long-term and never quite adapt. 2. Potential muscle loss. Intermittent fasting can lead to muscle loss if you're not eating enough protein or strength training. Remember, when you're fasting, your body needs fuel. If you don't get enough protein during your eating window, your body may break down muscle instead of fat. To prevent this, make sure your diet includes plenty of protein and that you're lifting weights or doing resistance training regularly. 3. Hormonal disruptions, especially for women. Fasting affects hormones, and that can be a good or bad thing, depending on your body. For some women, fasting too aggressively can lead to irregular periods, hormonal imbalances, increased stress hormones. Women tend to be more sensitive to fasting than men. If you notice negative effects, it's important to listen to your body and adjust your fasting approach. 4. The binge trap. One of the biggest pitfalls: binge eating. Some people get so hungry during their fasting window that when it's time to eat, they go overboard, loading up on junk food, sugars, and empty calories. If fasting causes you to binge, it's not working for you. The goal is controlled eating, not starvation, and then overcompensation. Final thoughts. Should you try intermittent fasting? So, is intermittent fasting the ultimate health hack? It depends. If you're looking for weight loss, better insulin sensitivity, brain function, and longevity benefits, it could be a great tool. But if fasting leaves you exhausted, weak, or constantly thinking about food, it might not be the best fit. The key is finding what works for you. If you try fasting, start slow. Maybe begin with 12-hour fasts and work your way up to 16:8. And remember, intermittent fasting is just one tool in your health toolbox. It works best when paired with a solid diet, regular exercise, and good sleep. What's your experience with intermittent fasting? Have you tried it? Did it work for you? Let's talk in the comments. And if you got value from this, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive on health, fitness, and performance. Stay strong, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next video.